Attorney Jimmy.
Okay.
So you have been subpoenaed by the NBI for the purpose of determining the whereabouts of your client, Senator Bato de la Rosa. Is this even legal?
To clarify, siguro two important points. Number one, I have not received a copy of anything. So I don't know. Number two, I don't know if it takes on the nature of a subpoena or a letter request as I have heard. Regardless, I have not received anything except a Facebook post na screen capture pa.
Ay, hindi pwede naman yun.
So hindi naman pwede. However, siguro just to, without preempting the legal position that I wish to take when I answer it eventually, gusto ko lang sabihin sa DOJ, diretso na, na earnestly and candidly, we have no idea as to the whereabouts or nor the well-being of Senator Bato. In fact, wala kaming desire because we want to be insulated from the political aspect and to just focus on our legal defenses of our client.
Ayun, okay. Well,
Wala
very
talaga kami
clear,
alam.
Oo.
Wala talaga.
Well, speaking of legal defenses, lately ay tinanggihan ng ating katastasang hukuman na mag-issue ng TRO as to the what you claim to be impending arrest ni Senator Bato. So, Quo Vadis, what's next after that this order?
Again, we are I must reiterate na we are at a taped episode. I'm sorry to reveal that, pero
It's
it's
okay, it's okay,
important.
oo.
It's important because as of now, we are preparing the motion for reconsideration. So, as to legal remedies, meron pa tayong legal remedies. At basically, I cannot discuss yung nilalaman po nun.
Of course.
Pero pwede naman nating sabihin na meron pang supervening events pagkatapos po ng release ng desisyon ng Korte Suprema. So, ang supervening events, ibig sabihin, nung na-deny po yung TRO for many reasons, may mga nangyari pa. For example, yung patuloy po na pag-re-raid ng mga enforcers sa mga iba't ibang properties na may kuminsan wala na halos relasyon kay Senator Bato, kuminsan kapitbahay lang or pinsan or gano'n.
Parang harassment na lang no?
Well, again, I do not want to go into the sensitivities of the matter. Iba-iba po ang posisyon ng napakaraming tao. But we are certain of one thing, that all of these raids that have been conducted, again, as of this taping, there were no search warrants supporting them. So these are things that we have to manifest before the Supreme Court.
Okay, so hindi ibig sabihin na walang TRO, pwede nang nilang ibenda law, no?
Alam na yan.
By undertaking warrantless searches.
Again, we all know that this is a gray area of the law, but it behooves the authorities to exercise modesty and restraint, Kasi pag yung TRO na deny, yung TRO lang ang pinag-uusapan. It
Correct.
does not discuss the validity or otherwise of the ICC warrant if it is indeed enforceable. If you have been following the news and if you read the decision or the order rather, nakalagay naman po doon that there are 6 unresolved questions na
very
hindi
clear.
talaga ginagalaw pa ng Supreme Court. Si Attorney Ferdy siguro is chomping at the bits, not just to discuss these 6 unresolved questions, Pero you'll have to permit me now, partner, kasi ako yung guest nyo,
Of course, well.
No, but you know what I mean, di ba? The 6 unresolved questions you can actually categorize into 2 in my mind, Una is yung enforceability ng warrant. Nandun na yung 4 na issue. Enforceable ba siya? Kailangan ba ng prior judicial authorization? Pwede ba yan i-enforce ng presidente unilaterally? Tsaka fugitive na ba si Bato na pwedeng nang submit to the fugitive disentitlement doctrine? At yung pangalawa na issue, dalawang sangayan, has the 2 issues na yung Section 17 ng RA 9851.
Yes, oo.
At kung ano ba ang enforcement mechanism ng surrender.
Yes.
Ngayon, kaya mahirap pag-usapan kasi hindi na yan bubuting tingin pa ng mamamayan. So, simplihan na lang natin. Pwede bang arestuhin si Bato na ICC warrant lamang na hindi dumadaan sa Korte ng Pilipinas?
Yes, that is the
crux.
core issue.
Yes. And of course, it is our strong submission, not just for our client, but for the sovereignty of the Philippines.
Tama.
Na wag naman po sana tayo mag-descend into that chaotic new world order na pwede na po. Kasi wala pong kahit anong constitutional democracy sa buong mundo na may warrant na foreign na bigla na lang pong pwedeng i-enforce ng presidente without their courts inspecting it. But again, with all due respect, totoo po kaming nakaluhod sa Korte Suprema. Hindi po namin kayo pinangungunahan. We are just explaining to the public na yan ang issue.
Sabi ko nga sa mga kaibigan ko, Attorney Jimmy, yun lang foreign divorce decree.
Correct. Correct.
Yun lang.
Recognition.
Kailangan magkaroon ng recognition ng
Yes.
local judicial authority. Hindi naman deprivation of liberty yun. In fact,
Hindi,
it's a
ang
grant
kasal.
of liberty.
Ang kasal is deprivation of liberty.
Yung divorce, grant of liberty yun. Pero binubusisi pa rin ng court. Hindi pwedeng, kunin mo sa Japan o sa Estados Unidos, dalhin mo rito, divorce na kami nung asawa ko. Diba?
May I propose another hypothetical, no, na kung magkaroon po ba ng Chinese warrant, nangyari sa China, tapos sabihin nila, kailangan isurrender nyo na yung mga nagsasalita against us because they violated terrorism laws in our laws. Isi-surrender lang ba natin? Let's leave out extradition, ha? Iba pa yung extradition. Pero kunyari, they demand surrender. Specifically surrender, hindi extradition. Does that give the president that unilateral power na to surrender that person just because there's a Chinese warrant? Enforceable na ba yun?
Yeah, nga, that's
Hindi
the
po tama.
very big issue on small talk. Anyway, sabi nga nila, let's go back to the very beginning. A very good place to start.
Hindi na po alam ni Ma'am Ina.
That was way before her generation.
Yes.
Anyway, ang daming curious kasi because they were not there. Nag-lockdown. Diba? Then, nagkaroon ng gulo, habulan, barilan, etc. You were there. Fortunately or unfortunately, hindi ko alam kung
Perhaps
ano.
both. Perhaps both.
Can you give us a lowdown on what really happened behind closed doors, literally, doon sa Senado nung nag-lockdown?
I would like to talk about Senator Pia, who is my friend, full disclosure. Senator Pia Cayetano cried because of this. Di ba? And she was actually ridiculed by some parties, no? At para sa akin po kasi, kung ikaw yung nandun, the Senate was under attack. Yun ang pakiramdam. And by every technical description of attack, it was indeed an attack. Nagtatakbuhan po yung mga staff. Kami nandun habang nagko-caucus po yung majority, kami po ay nasa gilid discussing some legal options with some lawyers. Bigla na lang po may mga pumuputok and they thought fireworks. Ako pa po yung isa sa mga unang nagsabi sa mga kapulong ko, nasabi ko, pare, kasi bumabaril po yung tatay ko no, before he died. Sabi ko, pare, baril yan eh. Sabi ko. Pero no one wanted to parang let that sink in. So they turned on the TV outside of the office. Nakita namin nagkakagulo na. Tapos, what was most scary was yung merong pupunta sa pinto, tapos biglang merong... So hindi mo na
Ano
alam,
yun?
hindi mo na
What
alam
was
ano
that?
ba to, bagansya ba to? Kasi it turns out that they were the employees caught in, yung sila in between offices, wala silang mapagtakbuhan. So hindi mo ngayon alam, papapasukin mo ba to? Or NBI ba to?
Baka
O si John Vic na ba to? Kasi tinawag si John Vic eh. No, but the point is, if you can recognize the tone in my voice, there was definitely panic.
Yeah.
In that situation, hindi mo alam kung saan nanggagaling yung mga barel. So for them to minimize or to trivialize the event is truly an insult to the people there.
Well, speaking of insult at saka humiliation, may tanong si Ina tungkol dyan on another point.
Kasi nag-viral po yung video niyo, yung interview niyo with Ms. Castrilon. And some people said you should have been tougher on your take. So, what can you say about it, Attorney Jimmy?
You know, some people don't change. And kasi sila po, I don't even mention her name, but that's out of respect, no? Because I don't want any of us to suffer from that not so good episode. Ang para sa akin po, hindi ko kasi isusuko ang values ko of respecting people because I think we already live in a time na wala na pong naggagalangan. And I was trying to, instead of her escalating me into that tone of conversation, I was trying to de-escalate it here. So I would not criticize myself for not acting tough. I would rather criticize myself for not finishing my sentences. Because to be honest with you, naputol tuloy ang mga thoughts ko. Like for example, I wanted to say na kami na lang magsaserve ng warat. Siniserve na rin naman ni Trillanes, which was a normal patawa ko yun around those times, no? But since hindi ko nabuo dahil she was cutting me off and I allowed her to cut me off, naging sentro tuloy ng isang issue na parang hindi ko alam yung sinasabi ko. So again, I am a casualty of my own abbreviation, no? But that doesn't mean I should have disrespected her. And I will never disrespect anybody.
Oo nga eh. Well, a lot of people have been praising you for your restraint.
I praise God for that and I still criticize myself for not finishing my thoughts. And ang paghihingian ko lang naman ng apology ay mga kakampi ko eh. Kasi ang gusto ko, wala tayong mahina. Wala tayong mahina na interview, wala tayong mahina na statement. And this was a product of an abbreviation which I should not allow to happen.